Station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Happening now at 6, covering the entire DMV. Marylander to the Middle East. One young man from Rockville killed in Israel fighting in the war against Hamas. And woman attacked, dog stolen. The crime near a metro train station. The pet owner's plea tonight. Plus, we're stretching your dollar from refinancing student loans to cashing in on Virginia's sales tax holiday. We're saving you money.
And there could be some frost in the forecast for your Monday morning. We'll talk about who's under that frost advisory and freeze warnings coming up.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. This Sunday evening, new details in the nationwide manhunt for who shot and killed Washington County Circuit Court Judge Andrew Wilkinson. Police say that they have called off their Williamsport, Maryland search after the suspect, Pedro Argate's Mercedes SUV, was found in a wooded area yesterday morning. Now, tactical teams searched vacant buildings near an old tannery in that area. Authorities say that there's no information that Argate is still in Williamsport. Again, here's a picture of the suspect, Pedro Argate, still considered armed and dangerous. Police say anyone with information or believes to have seen him should call 911 immediately. The U.S. Marshals Service says that Argate has ties to multiple locations outside of Maryland, including New York, Florida, Indiana, and North Carolina. Marshals are also offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to an arrest. We'll keep you updated on air online at dcnewsnow.com. And in the district, a massive fire broke out in southeast today. Smoke seen in Virginia. Four people are without a home tonight after a construction fire spread to an apartment building on 17th Street just before noon. Officials say that they moved people out of that building, fearing that it could collapse. Emergency services said there were no reported injuries. And staying in D.C., police are looking for a man after another man was stabbed on a Metro bus in Northwest. He's right here on your screen. Police say it happened at the intersection of 34th Street and Wisconsin Avenue in the Georgetown Glover Park area just before 6 p.m. yesterday. Police are asking anyone who may know this man to call them. The victim's conditions have been upgraded, we're told. Once critical, now stable. Into a story we broke just last night. An Israeli reserve soldier from Rockville, Maryland, has been killed in Israel. That's according to the Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School. The school says Omer Balva died Friday night in an anti-tank missile attack along the border with Lebanon. Our Dave Laval has just wrapped up an interview with the head of the school who knew Balva. His words right here tonight at 9 and at 10 on DCW 50. And D.C. police are looking for a suspect after a woman had her dog stolen at gunpoint while on a walk in the Fort Totten neighborhood just last night. Police say this happened on Galloway Street Northeast near the Fort Totten metro station just after 10:15 last night. Officials say when the victim tried to get her dog back from the suspect, she was assaulted. The suspect then stole the dog that you see right here on your screen and left. If you have any information, give D.C. police a call. Developing in West Virginia, Berkeley County Sheriff Nathan Harmon has been indicted for allegedly interfering with an investigation into his daughter. The indictment claims that Sheriff Harmon wasn't cooperative with law enforcement after his daughter drove her car into a mailbox and fencing near Martinsburg. Prosecutors also say that he tampered with GPS tracking in his daughter's car. Court documents state that Harmon may have also tried stopping an officer from giving his daughter a breathalyzer test. Harmon claims there was not enough suspicion for one. He also says that he was there as a concerned parent and not the sheriff.
The deputy did his job. I didn't interfere with that job. I was there for my daughter. My daughter goes home with a friend. I go home with a peaceful mind.
If convicted of the charges, Sheriff Harmon faces a fine, imprisonment, or both. Meantime, in the district, folks in the community recently came together to discuss the future of RFK Stadium. The meeting was hosted by the Friends of Kingman Park. They claim a majority of people do not want a future Commander Stadium built on the land. Mayor Bowser joined in on that meeting. She says the land does need to be repurposed, but neighbors are not so sure.
Our first and most pressing task is to get control of the land and make sure that we can create a plan that we can fund.
I don't want to see another stadium.
The stadium makes me nervous.
Green space, maybe swimming pools, tennis courts.
Bowser says that this does not have to be a split decision and several uses for the lane can be incorporated. Well, right now, there are no sales taxes on many items in Virginia. That's why we're helping you stretch your dollar, as the sales tax holiday gives folks across the DMV a chance to save while shopping in the state for school supplies, clothes, and even some home appliances. When you're shopping in person and online, the 6% sales tax in Northern Virginia will be exempt for specific items: school supplies, clothes, shoes, plus emergency preparedness products and Energy Star and WaterSense labeled products. All will be sales tax exempt, but up to a price point. More on that in a moment. To avoid the sales tax for school supplies, each item must be $20 and less, binders, calculators included. To avoid sales tax on clothes, the state says one piece of clothing must be $100 or less. Ineligible items include many accessories, including makeup as well. Protective equipment such as masks, helmets, and protective gloves also do not apply, and certain sporting equipment also ineligible. Emergency preparedness items, portable generators, they are eligible if $1,000 or less. Gas chainsaw, for example, $350 and under. Other specified readiness items, $60 or less. And over on our website, dcnewsnow.com, a full list of eligible items for that sales tax exemption. It's ongoing until 11:59 tonight. Meantime, holidays are creeping up, so consider this your Thanksgiving heads up. Walmart and Aldi will reportedly lower Thanksgiving dinner prices for customers. Starting November 1st, Walmart says it plans to offer lower prices on Thanksgiving meals. And Aldi will cut prices on over 70 holiday food items, meaning up to 50% markdowns. The goal is to help customers just in time for the holidays. Price reduction at Aldi will continue through the end of the year, while Walmart's price reduction ends December the 26th. We're reminding everyone that DC News Now will be at the 36th annual high heel race in DC on Tuesday. Our morning anchor, Corey James, and Living Local DMV host Charisse Gomez will be in attendance. They'll be joined by a host of the CW's Karamo Show, Karamo. You can get there at 7:30 to check in. The race starts at 9 o'clock. Scott Sumner with us. The time is 6:07. Scott, you've got an almanac behind you telling us about the records. But first, it was a perfect fall day, I got to say.
Yeah, it really was, Ben. That is for sure. As a matter of fact, you can see the average high should be 67 and 50. We're pretty close to both of those marks on the high and the low side, as you can see, 65 and 49 degrees. Record 84 set back in 1920. The record low 29 in 1895. That was today. As you can see, a beautiful clear sky out there, plenty of sunshine out there in Winchester and elsewhere with our satellite radar perspective. So no weather worries to speak of. However, tonight we are going to see those temperatures really take a fall everywhere, from both the mountains all the way right down to the bay. As you see those colors changes, we go from greens into that dark blue, and you see 30s even around the district here, as it is going to be quite chilly out there. And that's why these cold alerts are in effect for you. Freeze warning in the dark blue here, frost advisory in the light blue in Spotsylvania County, where Fredericksburg resides. That means frost is possible in that area, and freezing temperatures are certainly possible from Culpeper down towards Orange. You don't notice any of that blue out towards the mountains. A little surprising there, but we'll watch that closely to see if there are any changes out towards the west. But needless to say, everybody is going to see some cold air in place, and that's why frost and freeze alerts are put into effect by the National Weather Service. Still breezy and sunny on Monday, warming up this week, and we're always still watching the tropics until November 30th. We'll break it down for you coming up. Ben?
Under the cover, thank you, Scott. Meantime, a new speed camera and plans to cut down on traffic problems in D.C. are being lauded by folks living in the area and one city leader. One of the new steps could mean speeding fines for drivers. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile is in the studio with where exactly these changes will be.
An advisory neighborhood commissioner on X, formerly known as Twitter, says he's glad to see a new speed camera on Florida Avenue Northwest and hopes it'll curb speeding there. Now, this is that camera on the 600 block of Florida Avenue. Santiago Lacatos, commissioner for ANC 1B04, says it was installed a week ago. ANC 1B includes Southern Columbia Heights, U Street, and Northern Shaw neighborhoods. On the social media platform X, the commissioner said he hopes the camera camera will help with what he calls really dangerous speeding on that Florida Avenue block. He also touts another safety measure, this one in ANC 1E, an all-way stop control to be installed by the District Department of Transportation at the intersection of Berry Place and 8th Street. That advisory neighborhood includes communities in Pleasant Plains, Parkview, and Howard University in Ward 1. Santiago on social media platform X said with a rec center, Howard dorms, and a fast food chain, that 8th Street intersection can be dangerous for pedestrians who cross it.
The real need is for sort of road redesign that addresses some of those issues, and the stop sign does that to start. There's a lot of people who drive very fast on Berry Place from Sherman Avenue to George Avenue. But having that stop sign at least slows down the traffic a little bit. The speed camera, I hope is the preceding, sort of the precedent to something better.
Now, that ANC commissioner said he's glad to see the DDOT change at Berry Place and 8th Street after years of traffic safety input request. Now, the district's Department of Transportation website lists installing that all-way stop control at Berry and 8th as pending installation. It doesn't give an exact date of when the stop signs will go up. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile. Back to you.